So then after the cop nuts, they're like, you're under arrest.
That
happens
more.
Yeah.
That happens
way more often, yeah.
All right, this story is a classic. It's one of those ones that you're like, of course. There is a hitman who created an assassination for hire website.
On the dark webs?
On the normal web.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, so an 18-year-old woman in Miami contacts the site about a hit job. And she's like, hey, I got a hit that I want to take care of. She sends photos and tells them the job's got to be done by Thursday. I believe this is like Monday when it's happening.
Oh, shit.
The site then contacts the woman to get details on it. Like, okay, I'll do your hit. Let me get some more information. They then agree.
Your tax ID information.
Yeah. They agree on a fee of $3,000 to assassinate the woman's 3-year-old son.
What? Oh my God.
What did he do?
Yeah. He was tripping, huh?
I heard the after the terrible 2s, there's the crazy 3s.
That doesn't rhyme though. There's no alliteration there.
What's the?
There's no alliteration.
There's no catch to it. What is it? The crazy crease? Crease. Or the crazy 3.
The crazy 3s.
That got worse.
You never heard of those?
I never heard of those.
Oh.
Never.
Terrible 2s is a theme. 3 was cool.
Triple threat 3.
I feel like 3, 4, it got better and better and better and better and better.
I kind of made it up. That's why it doesn't make sense.
Tumultuous.
Maybe it's the ye 3s.
The Y3s?
No, ye.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it's that, yeah.
Something like that.
Because I know a lot of people that wanted to kill their kid at 2 because they're like, this fucking shit! Ah!
It's a Louis C.K. bit, right?
What was some shit about 2s?
He wants to kill his kids.
So I think like when they're baby, you're like, oh, they're cute. They can't really communicate. That's cool because they're not really like mobile. You know, you set them down here, they're here. Then once they get to like about 1, they start to like be able to crawl. Some can walk. They can hop over the fence. You have like your little baby thing. Like you look away for a second, and then they're like trying to stick their hands in like the sockets. Yeah. And then when they're 2, I think they start to like know that, oh, the world isn't a program that I follow. I get to make my own choices. But then also they don't quite know how to communicate just yet. So everything is about me. And if I don't get what I want, I'll cry immediately, but I'm also extremely immobile, so you have to be very careful because they can get into all kinds of crazy shit. And then also, when they're crying, they're also not old enough to really articulate what's happening, so you can't really reason or figure anything out. So it's just like a Rubik's Cube that is constantly trying to commit suicide all over the place. That's pretty much what it is.
Sounds great.
But once they're 3, they start being able to talk and you can understand, and the 4, it gets better and better and better and better. And you're like, okay, I understand. Now I know why you did this when you're 2, because you can articulate it.
So maybe the baby just turned 3.
Probably.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. So she's probably thinking.
So she was trying to assassinate
We
that
have good reasoning.
annoying ass kid.
That's what it says. Amazing, yeah.
I'm good, dude.
Dude, this crime unit is sick.
Terrible 2s.
Yeah, so what happens is they end up showing up at her house to like, because that's where the kid is.
Oh my gosh.
They go to the house, the mom opens the door for the hitman, and what do you think happens?
She gets arrested immediately.
She gets arrested immediately.
Because the hitman was a cop?
Because the hitman was a cop.
It's always a cop.
Classic assassination has 3 asses.
And the website itself was just a bait site that some random independent dude made so that he can report to the cops who wants to have an assassination.
There's no more hitmen out there, I'll tell you.
That's funny.
It's all cops.
Was it assassinationforhire.com? The 4 was a number 4.
Assassin for hire?
It had really good copy on the website.
I thought she went on a telephone and wrote help wanted and had those little phone numbers. Kill.
That you rip off.
You guys ready to kill? I'm ready to pay.
Do you have someone who's a pain in your ass that needs to be removed?
But they know the loophole. A cop can't show you their dick. So as soon as the hitman shows up, show me your fucking dick. And then,
They can't.
Don't give him the secret, Steve.
It's an immediate mistrial.
Dude, have you seen all that? Like with prostitution?
Wait, what?
Like yeah, so if you're a prostitute, like it was like a urban
dick
legend
check?
that cops can't show you their dick.
I didn't know that.
And so yeah, hella chicks were like, show me your dick, and then they do, and then the cop arrests them.
That's funny. Yeah, because cops can do whatever they want.
Yeah, they do whatever the
It
fuck
doesn't
they
matter.
So then after the cop nuts, they're like, You're under arrest.
That
That's happened
happens
too.
more.
Yeah.
That happens
way
more.
more often, yeah.
That's crazy, huh?
It's way more common.
They come back to their senses, huh? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah, I'm a cop.
job to do.
Oh shit, I'm a cop.
He looked at his badge. Oh shit, I forgot.
Like situations where there was like let's say like a hitman was hired, right? It's never a career hitman that does that for a living. It's just a guy
Yeah.
Yeah.
who just needed.
Down on his luck.
Yeah, and he's had other priors, but he's just moved up to like.
He's like 3 Gs? Well, that sounds like good.
Like they don't end up linking him to 5 other hits. Like
Yeah.
he's just a fucking.
Yeah, because I feel like if you're a real hitman, your marketing is probably like word of mouth, probably.
That's how
Versus Facebook ads.
You're not online.
Right.
You're not online. Man.
Right.
Tell you that.
You're not. You don't really fall under the SEO.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't play that game.
We still don't know who killed Epstein, for example.
That's true.
Like, you know, it wasn't.
Bet you it was $3,000 though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
This is a dumb question, because everybody's got a price. How much you charge to off somebody?
Okay, that's fun.
How much would I charge to off someone?
69.5.
Do I
You mean I do the dirty work?
You're murdering some.
You do all the
No
work.
emotions. You don't know.
Do
who
I have
they
to
are,
dump the
there's no
body?
reason.
Is it a kid?
For hire? No, it doesn't matter. This is what you're.
Steve doesn't do
advertising.
kids, dude.
On a
No, I
Saturday
only do
for
kids.
hire.
If it makes sense, I could get talked into killing someone.
If it makes sense.
If it makes sense.
You're adding morals to it. I'm looking for a price.
No morals.
You're advertising
what
on
if
a
I-
website.
Yeah, but what if I show up and it's a kid and I'm like, ah!
Then you go like this. I didn't know.
Pew, 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 pew.
Do you have to dispose of the body?
What's the situation where it makes sense to you? Do you think?
When it makes sense, let's say justice was not served. Let's say something happened to a family member, and they come and confine in me, and then I'm like, oh, okay, and then the cops didn't do anything. Okay, well that means justice must be served.
Every Father's Day, there's that post about the father whose kid got molested.
By the karate teacher?
Yep. And then he shows up at the airport with a fucking gun and he blows the guy away.
Yep, that's real father.
And he's wearing like
He's
these
like he acts like
sunglasses.
he's on the phone booth.
Yeah. Phone booth, sunglasses.
sick.
Did you see that interview with the pedo? What he said is they would ask him, you know, what type of targets would you not go for? And he goes, oh, kids with strong dads. They're like kids that have dads that look aggressive, or whatever. Stay away.
He's like, they'll kill you.
Yeah, like.
I told you guys about what happened to me, right?
Like fucking Cain Velasquez.
Oh yeah.
Remember
Yes.
the UFC fighter?
Yes.
He found out that they were touching his kids. This fool went on a rampage, drove his fucking truck out, was shooting with his AR. Like,
Dude.
this fool doesn't give a fuck.
And he was in jail for like ever, dude.
And he's still proud that he said, I don't regret anything that I did. These are my kids. You don't fuck with my kids.
Yeah.
Did I tell you guys what happened to me? I think I did, but it was a long time ago. It was like 1995 or some shit. I was like 10 years old, or 9 barely. And then there was a guy in our neighborhood, and this was a national news story. Like I remember talking to Chip Reed from ABC because this shit was crazy.
No, you did not tell us this.
Okay, so there's a guy. I think his name was Tim. I don't know if I can say his full name. Allegedly, his name was Tim Walsh. But it was a national news story, and he was in our neighborhood talking to all of us. I had a little group of friends, right? It was me and a bunch of kids. And he used to take his moped, and he was like an older dude, but like, you know, he's like, it seemed like he was like an older kid almost, because he would like come in our neighborhood and he would like talk to us, and then he would like race us on his moped, but we're on bikes.
Moped would have been a kid magnet for me.
Oh, and it was.
As soon as the moped come through, I'm like, bro, fuck it.
But he was smart.
I'm riding.
He was smart because he would race us, but let us win, and then we're like, yeah, we beat you on your moped and all shit. You know what I mean? Like, but he was like an older dude. He was like over, like I think he was like 20 years old. And so then my mom, like, all of a sudden, one day for my birthday, we were at Pizza Hut because that was like the fucking happening place, right?
Yeah.
It was happening.
And
Oh, yeah.
I go up to my mom and I'm like, oh, that's my friend who like keeps on like coming up to us in the neighborhood with the moped. And my mom's blood froze when she saw him because she remembers seeing him in the paper. And she remembers this guy, Tim Walsh, who actually we met in karate at Junri Karate, Taekwondo. He would come, he was a red belt, and he would come and he would like talk to us and stuff. This is years prior. And then my mom remembers in the paper seeing that he got picked up for fucking a kid in our neighborhood, and molesting him, sexually assaulting him. And then, so when years later, I go, that's my friend at the Pizza Hut, her blood freezes and she's like, holy shit, that's that fucking guy. And then she starts calling around and nobody gives a fuck and the cops don't care. And then my mom's like, you know what? Fuck it. So she goes to Kinko's and she like Xeroxes like all these flyers. But did you know this fucking child molesters in our neighborhood talking to your fucking kids and shit?
Oh shit.
And she blasts it. She blasts it all over our neighborhood, everywhere.
Wow.
She put it in like everybody's doorstep and shit.
It's amazing.
And then the ACLU tried to sue my family after that, which is crazy. I hate those guys forever.
Are you fucking kidding?
I didn't know ACLU fucking protected pedos.
They do.
What's ACLU?
I thought it
The
was
American
a race
Civil
group.
Liberties Union.
They go after people that like talk shit about.
They go out. Look, I agree with their mission statement, which is to like serve people who deserve defense. But this guy was he was convicted, and he was violating his parole
By talking to kids?
by talking to kids, and he wasn't supposed to be even talking to kids.
And if I was in your friend group and that fool pulled up in a moped, I would be going off into the sunset on his moped.
Exactly. So
Joe knows what's up.
that was the fear was with my mom, right? Because, you know, we all knew not to do that with strangers, but he didn't seem like a stranger. He seemed like he was my friend.
Yeah.
So it was a different thing. He was establishing a relationship. He was grooming us, basically.
Right.
And then my mom was so fucking militant that she did that. And then because she put the flyers out, it became a national news story. And then the cops got involved. And then he went back to court. And then he went back to jail. But like until then,
shit,
nobody was
dude.
doing shit. So yeah, my mom's a fucking hero forever. Strongest woman I've ever met.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was your dad doing?
He's fucking off, dude.
Oh.
He didn't give a fuck. He was too busy at work and shit.
Yeah.
No, he was he's working.
What would you guys do in that situation? I would pull up next to him in my moped and be like, want to race?
That's tight.
I'd be like,
Stop making it all sexy.
Yeah, why you say like
That's
that?
sexy. That's hot.
Age or when you're a kid?
no, right now.
Oh.
If I found out that he was
lived in
doing
your
this in my neighborhood,
Ooh.
and I'd be like, want to race? And then as we're going side by side, I fucking kick the shit out of that moped so he falls off of it. And I turn around and I fucking run over his whole body with my moped. Mopeds are pretty small too. It's kind
They're
of like
small. They're tiny.
And he's like, ah, fuck.
Ah, shit. Ah, fuck.
you can't go really that. I mean, it's kind of fast. You probably go like 40 miles per hour max.
Dude, imagine Joe running against me. Fuck.
Yeah.
Right after going want to race.
Yeah.
Want to race?